Warning, this show has outdated attitudes, language, and views which may cause offense today. If you don't like it, suck it.
This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
In the first age, in the first battle, when the shadows first lengthened, one stood. He chose the path of perpetual torment. In his ravenous hatred, he found no peace, and with boiling blood, he scoured the unknown plains, seeking vengeance against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. And those that tasted the bite of his sword named him
Stone Cold Loki. Humanity, look how far you've fallen.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning, Shellback TJC, and look at that, no notification. Boo, YouTube, boo. It's because we're talking about CBS. We're talking about Star Trek. That's why. Psycho Dwarf 9, good morning. Purple Valkyrie, good morning. Purple Valkyrie, not Ryan Johnson. Dave G Sound, Lady Miss, the Guardian of the Void is here. Good morning, Samantha Joe. There she is, the other Valkyrie. The Valkyries are here, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Persia, the Wrench of Wrenches, is here. Mark the Infinitely Tired, good morning. Psycho Dwarf 9, good morning, brother. Adega Outlaw, the Doctor of Destruction and Disaster, is here, ladies and gentlemen. Rambling Canuck, good morning. Good morning, Battle Angel, Heiress of Chaos. Darth Haster, Jester of Sin. Dave G Sound, DD Myers, good morning. Gun Bunny. Gun Bunny is here in the chat this morning, folks. Yodam, Darkstar, greetings, brother. Greetings, Positive Candor, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is having a good day. Jedi Bill 797. Good morning, Jedi Bill. Good morning, Lorena Creel. How are you doing, Lorena? Lorena just had a huge watch party, or a huge celebration watch party. That's what we did this morning, except it wasn't really a party. She just had a huge celebration, folks. If you are not subscribed to Lorena Creel, check out her channel, check out her content, and if you like it, subscribe and ring that bell. Lord Thoth, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Oh, what did I just watch? What the hell did I just watch? Tilly says at the very beginning of this episode, my head is in a vice. Well, my head was in a vice the entire time I watched this damn episode. I have got a great, awesome panel coming to you guys this morning. We've got Bird of Prey 5, Samantha Joe, Dave Bob, Rambling Canuck. I have an absolutely wonderful panel of people coming here today. If you are not subscribed to Samantha Joe and Purple Valkyrie over on Rise and Shine with the Valkyries, check them out. Bird of Prey 5 has an awesome kick-ass channel where he does watch parties, reviews. Bird of Prey 5 kills it. Anything and everything with Star Trek. This is the man. You want to talk about people in this community that know Star Trek. You've got Doomcock, you've got Annie Trekker. You've got Anna, that Star Wars girl. Bird of Prey 5, I would put my money on any day of the week against anyone in this community that knows Star Trek. We've got Dave Bob coming in. And while Dave Bob doesn't have his own channel, let me tell you guys something. Dave Bob knows his sci-fi. There is no one else I would back more than Dave Bob knowing old school sci-fi. If there's an old school sci-fi movie, Dave Bob has seen it. Dave Bob knows about it. Dave Bob has talked about it. And we have the crazy Canadian Rambling Canuck, who has been kicking ass with his history show with Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom, guys. So without further ado, let me bring my panel on. We've got Samantha, Joe, Bird of Prey 5, Dave Bob, and Rambling Canuck. Greetings, guys, and welcome. How are you all doing this morning?
Kapla,
Doing great.
all's well here.
After watching this, I'm not really all that.
I'll be okay once I rinse Star Trek Discovery out of my mouth.
Oh, you put it in your mouth? Bad. No.
Not supposed to be swallowed. Not for human consumption.
And good morning, Jeff Franklin. I don't know what I've watched. I've got notes, and I've been keeping notes. I kept notes in the first one, and you know, Tilly saying that she had her head in a vice after that landing. And let's talk about that landing. We have seen landing in Star Trek before. We saw a Bird brought up the Vengeance from the JJ verse. We've got the Enterprise D crash landing on Narendra 3. We've got Voyager that does the landing on the ice planet. They actually had a couple successful landings, but even for Voyager, and Voyager was designed to do it, it was dangerous. It was a dangerous maneuver, and they had landing struts and all that crap. And Discovery seemed to get through it just fine.
Well, if not for that pesky ice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The
Ice has evolved.
Yeah, ice has evolved into a parasite.
Yeah. And speaking as the Canadian, that's some bullshit.
A sentient glacier.
Yeah, right.
I bet those are just future Canadians. You
Yeah,
guys
probably.
just evolve into ice.
Probably.
So the Canadians evolved into ice, and now they're parasites.
Yeah.
I
Somebody took away our alcohol and coffee. That's all that means. And
I told you should have Irished it up.
They canceled hockey. They took away our coffee. They took away our alcohol. There we go.
and a $5 Euro chat from Durkoon, and welcome Durkoon. Star Trek used to make kids want to become astronauts, scientists, doctors, diplomats, programmers. Now it turns fans into savages. Progress.
Shit.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I don't know what this would want. You know, watching this episode, what would I want to be? I guess none of the above. Yeah, space cowboy. Is that a
yeah?
I can become?
Complete with Spurs, bird.
Jingle, jangle,
Oh, yeah.
jangle.
Fucking hell.
And
That was so
Skull.
cheesy.
In the morning for that one.
Oh, thank you. Thank
When did Tilly become an engineer?
you. Dude, when did Tilly eat Tilly?
Oh my God! I didn't want to bring it up, but Jesus Christ! It takes me out of the story.
I watched the first and the second season recently, and because I wanted to make sure I was up to date. And Tilly did not look like that in the first season.
No, she didn't. She didn't even look like that in the second season.
Second season, yeah.
No,
She was bigger in the second season than the first, and now she's bigger than both.
she's bigger than the ship.
Her face looks like she's on prednisone.
Maybe she is, but you know what? Then write it into the story.
Yeah.
Write it in. Tell us she's got pregnant with a space spore or something.
God.
You know, I mean, there's something they could
Anything.
do. She's having an allergic reaction to having the spore inside of her. You can write it off with a line or two, but that would probably not be politically
That would
correct.
take intelligence, Bird. And then I think they're desperately lacking that one.
That would address the fact that she's heavier than she was, and that would probably upset people. I mean, I know I've gained weight in my life. I don't pretend I didn't, but I'm not an actor. My life, you know, my income, my life doesn't revolve around maintaining the same body shape I had.
Yeah.
You know, previous seasons.
Only thing disgracery inspires is proctology. A $2 super chat from Psycho Dwarf 9. Thank you, brother and Skull. You guys keep the fires burning bright. I was a big kid. And I got picked on all the time. I was a big kid. I was shorter than everybody else. I was fatter than everybody else. If anybody knows what that feels, but again, like Bird said, I'm not a damn actor. I'm not on a show. Are they wanting this? Did they want this? Is this what they told her to do? Gain weight. You need to gain weight. You need to be bigger.
If they told her to do that, that's against medical regulations or something. There's one thing putting meat on the bones, but this is crazy.
She almost looked like she was pregnant.
They can ask him to lose weight. They did that with Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. He lost all that weight and was skin and bones, and they asked him to do that, but he's the one who took it that far.
Mm-hmm.
I heard she was pregnant for part of the filming.
Yeah,
but that doesn't explain season 2 then.
No, or
she wasn't pregnant for season 2 and season 3.
You wouldn't gain that much weight in your face being pregnant.
No,
I don't know about that.
That's why I said
having been pregnant.
Well,
you gain weight everywhere.
It's, you know, definitely different women do it differently.
Yeah, absolutely.
A Dega Outlaw, it's an SJW thing against body shaming.
Oh my God.
That would make sense, actually. I
yeah.
That.
Yeah.
When y'all were watching it, and when Lisa left, I was laying down on the thing. Everybody else was unconscious. Her eyes were wide open. Did anybody else notice that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And did any of you think that maybe possibly what's his face AI
control? Yeah, she's been infected, guaranteed. That's going to be the gotcha moment later on in the season.
Yeah,
he's the new Leland.
Yeah, it's going to be the gotcha moment.
Lord Thop, I think even the husband gains weight when wife is pregnant.
Yep. True story. At least on my end.
Father of 4, yep.
Project Achievia, Tilly had the fastest marathon time of anyone on the ship.
Yeah. After she stopped and talked to someone for 5 minutes.
Did anybody else notice that at the beginning you had people twinning lines? You heard two people say brace, brace, brace at the same time, and then later after the ship landed, they said something again. I didn't catch what they said, but two people on the bridge said the exact same line at the same time.
Well, that makes it easier, Loki. That way, you know, if you forgot your line, you just repeat what the idiot said before you.
Didn't Georgiou in this episode make reference to Tilly winning a race?
Yeah,
like something about you running away. I thought
it wasn't Georgiou. It was the big bad cowboy dude. You look like you can handle yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
you might win a race. How will you? Yeah. I thought he was like being like especially mean to her.
No,
at that point,
just cross-reference.
You know, tell the heaviest person in the room that they could win a race. What? I took it as
wife. How patriarchal. Go ahead, Bird. Sorry, I didn't mean.
I'm saying I'm sure they wrote that as a line, being like, "You can do anything, you know, even if you're, you know, obese, you can still be a marathon runner." But that it didn't come out that way with the way he said it.
Yeah.
So he was rubbing it in. Like,
it's I don't know what the point is of having her do that. I don't know what the point is of having her gain all that weight. I don't know.
I'm sure it wasn't anything that they told her to do. It's just probably something that happened.
Yeah.
she might be having a medical issue or something. Hey, if it's happening, then deal with it in the script like they did when Kira got pregnant or Nana Vista got pregnant.
Yeah.
So they had to make an excuse. So they put O'Brien's baby into her. And
Yeah.
it made sense. They'll just do something that it makes sense. They could do anything. They could do anything. It's sci-fi.
Unless they just don't want to address it at all. They just want it that way, and they don't want to.
They're just going to ignore the fact that, the second most popular person on the show has tripled in size since the first season.
And what's up with this rubidium? Since when did Starfleet ships start using a rare element in the comm array?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know rubidium?
No,
I'm sure it's been there since the original series.
Nah.
No.
I'm being facetious.
I know. Sir. Oh,
They used duct tape looking shit.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was duct tape.
Duct tape fixes everything,
Why would
even
you
on a
need
starship.
a rare metal or mineral to do communication?
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. They didn't have anything like that on Enterprise. They didn't have anything like that in TOS. They didn't have anything like that in TNG and Deep Space Nine and Voyager. Suddenly, the comm array is one of the hardest things to fix. I don't get it.
Unless you have those magic chopsticks that can synthesize any material, kind of makes you wonder why they don't synthesize some dilithium crystals.
Yeah, like they didn't have the technology to do that. Clearly, they're more advanced.
I mean, 1,000 years in the future, everybody should have one of those fancy tools they had in Star Trek Picard that just uses your imagination to fix anything.
Yeah.
Well, you don't even have to do that. In TNG, the warp core for the Enterprise D had a recrystallizing matrix that could regrow the dilithium around a small portion of dilithium. So even if you didn't have a full set of dilithium crystals, it could regrow crystals around a small portion of dilithium so that it could handle the matter-antimatter matrix. Someone pointed that out the other day, and I was like, yeah, dilithium doesn't power things. All the dilithium does is contain the matter-antimatter reaction and keep it stable to create energy. It's like a focusing lens for your matter and antimatter. And the Enterprise D warp core, which is hundreds of years behind where they're at now, could regrow those crystals around a piece of dilithium. So why the hell can't they take a small piece of dilithium and just regrow it around that?
Yeah, and they act like if you have any kind of warp capable ship, it has got to have a dilithium crystal. I mean, didn't the bird of praise and stuff have singletaries, just micro singularities or something?
Romulan ships had micro singularities. Bird of prey actually did have dilithium. In Star Trek 4, they had to get recrystallize the dilithium to fix it.
Yeah, I was thinking the Romulan one.
But the Romulan ships, they had micro singularities, which shouldn't need dilithium at all.
No, they shouldn't. The Romulan bird of prey, the Romulan warp cores were completely different. And that's because the Romulans never invented warp technology. The Romulans got that technology from the Klingons. It's completely asinine. When the Romulans gave the Klingons cloaking technology, the Klingons gave them older D7 ships, and those had warp cores in it, and that's how the Romulan Empire got warp technology. When you see that in the Enterprise series, they completely throw that out because they have no idea who the Romulans are yet. And the fact they had cloaking technology then was a bunch of bullshit. It's one of the things I was pissed off about Enterprise when they did that was they didn't stick to the lore. The Romulan cloaking technology was new in the TOS era.
Mm-hmm.
Not only in Enterprise was the thing cloaked, they could make it look like any ship.
Yeah, they had a holographic technology.
Yeah.
And Jeff Franklin, yes.
not?
It's the Klingon crystals, Admiral. The time travel drained them. Viva la Caroga, 47 Yorktown.
Hail Caroga, definitely. Thank you, 47 Yorktown. The sun never sets on Caroga.
No, or Valhalla. Glory is fleeting to Caroga and Valhalla. Agreed. But it's just I'm shell shocked after this in the first episode. Who was it? Was it Tilly who said my name lacks authority?
Yeah, that was her. She was in the bar. She was like, who are you, Tilly? I think my name lacks authority.
And speaking of the bar, 100-pound Giorgio kicks the shit out of what, 5 guys?
5 guys.
Yep.
Kills 4 of them.
I think Saru gets 1 with his darts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
And of course, that's because pain is her foreplay, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
yeah. Right.
Oh, my God.
She took like 10 shots from the phaser. The phaser that ate away at the chest of the first guy. But I guess he set it low just to cause her pain, not to kill her. Convenient. And she just enjoys it. And then they kill like this main bad guy's all of its henchmen. They flat out murder them, every single one. But then him alone, they say, "Oh, let's spare him." He promises to kill the barkeep's kids. He's like, "I'll see your kids. I'll destroy your oxygen, and I'll see your kids gasp for air as they die." And they let him go. They let him walk out the front door with Tilly's emergency pack, so he has a half a shot of surviving.
And we secretly replaced the dilithium crystals that normally powers this ship with Folgers crystals. There's Folgers in your ship.
Yeah, exactly. Bloody hell.
That's great.
I will say one thing about the guys that were in the bar, not the bad guys. They had some cool looking phasers.
I think I've seen those before somewhere. They look so familiar.
They did to me too.
I can't picture it. I can't place it. But I've seen that look of a gun before somewhere.
Yeah,
Like
seen,
Was it on Voyager?
I've seen something similar, but I think it was actually it may have been on one of the prop making forums that I inhabit sometimes, or I go to.
Yeah, Jitsi Lemons. He has been in a bunch of Tarantino movies too. The guy you're talking about, the villain in this episode, and immediately what I thought was, holy shit, it's the guy from Reservoir Dogs, from Pulp Fiction. The guy that gets up and he's like, "Everybody be cool, this is a robbery." It's a Pulp Fiction. So I know the actor. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. And Durkoon with another $5 super chat. Murder Trek making cannibal fascists cool again. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And Skull, brother. Yeah, I wanted to mention a specific fascist leader, but YouTube won't let me. No, they won't.
No, they won't let you put that one in there.
Nope.
But I get called that all the time.
What is the goal here? Burnham's been there apparently for a year. I know I'm cutting to the end of that, but Burnham's apparently been there for a year, running around space. We have no idea what she's doing. Probably reforming the Federation and finding all the colonies. And
That would be my guess.
I don't even understand the point of this episode. You've got the engineer who gets woken up with kisses and affectionate touching and hugs. The doctor is spending all of his time caressing the side of his face and kissing him, and just to the detriment of I guess everybody else on the ship. You mentioned what's her name, Dave Bob, the girl, the left eye, Lisa. Is it Lisa Left Eye?
Yeah, that's what I call her.
Yeah.
Her name is, I think, Dietmar or Detmar.
Ditmar,
Yeah.
Ditsmore.
She spends half the episode walking around with PTSD. They send her. You brought up Saru sends her to medical by herself.
Yeah, poor woman can barely walk. Sends just go to sick bay. Then a minute later, he's like, okay, we're all going to go in pairs. But not her.
Well, not only that, but the ship just crashed, and you have no internal sensors. You have no idea. You're sending her to sickbay that may not exist.
That's true. You might not even be able to get to sickbay.
Yeah, you may not
Nobody's
be
confirmed that anybody's alive in sickbay, but we're going to send you to sickbay anyway.
Yeah.
Oops.
Apparently, Tilly at some point knows exactly how everybody on the ship its condition is, because she tells him we have 88. Even our wounded crew members are still our crew members.
But internal sensors were down.
Yeah.
Well, she had a tricorder or something.
Tricorder, yeah, that's true.
That's how she made her initial scans.
I love it when my doctor can't keep it in his pants. We all do, Project. We all love that. We absolutely love that.
Well, like Bird said, I mean, the whole episode was pretty much pointless. All that they went through and everything else, because at the end, it didn't matter.
Nope.
Yeah. Because who has to save the day every time?
Ugh.
Well, in less than 24 hours, half a day, they've got the ship back up to 80%. They're pretty much calling out what's online. Everything's back online. Shields are at 70%. Tactical systems,
weapons are up.
Yeah,
and ready to fire.
And they're ready to take off the planet. A ship that was never designed, number one, to survive a planetary landing. Two, never designed to take off. And they point that out. And Saru's just like, oh, well, we're going to do it anyway because we're Discovery. We're the Starship Discovery. We can do anything.
That is the Star Trek writer's room right there in the flesh. I mean, they just make up stuff. It doesn't matter if it makes any sense or anything else. They just don't know how to write, so they just write it.
Purple asks, why would 88 crew members go with the ship in the future? I have a better idea. Why did anybody go into the future? Because they reminded us that Discovery had an autopilot in the previously on. And last episode, we saw Michael's suit had an autopilot.
Yep.
So nobody ever had to go to the future. They could have put the suit on autopilot and the ship on autopilot, and everybody could live happily ever after in 2250 or whatever year it is.
Oh, shut up, Bird. You're making sense.
Yeah. That's
88 people went to the. I thought it was I thought there was maybe 12 people who decided to stay on the ship at the end of last episode. 88 people decided to give up their lives, their families, their home, everything. So just because they so in love with Michael Burnham, they didn't want her to go to the future alone.
And she didn't have to go, as you pointed out.
Right. And she didn't have to go to begin with.
I guess she did it just so she could send Spock the message.
Well, she could have just stayed home and say, "Hey, Spock."
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the suit. There it goes. There goes Discovery. Bye. Okay, not our problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on the Enterprise with you.
We'll put it in Starfleet secret files that in 900 something years, you better go be on the lookout for the Discovery.
I don't think they'd have to worry about it. It would have crashed into the planet.
Yeah. Yeah, and without anybody on board, it just would have just been completely destroyed. So you wouldn't have had to worry about actually self-destructing the ship or anything.
Project Storytime. Remember in Galaxy Quest when they joked about not using the scanners? The parody is smarter than current Trek.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
The bad guy guessed a different crew member until Tilly corrected him with 88. What's up with that?
Yeah, by the way, giving away the number of people,
Yeah.
that wasn't tactically sound.
Nope.
No.
It was the dumbest thing she could have said.
Well, they pretty much made Tilly out to be nothing but a joke.
But Bird of Prey, they need more humpback whales. Aw. I hate bringing it up because I'm not a thin person. I'm a heavy guy, but Jesus Christ, I'm not an actor.
And Psychodorp Mine, in my head, Malcolm Reynolds is waiting to show them how to do it right. We aim to misbehave, Psychodorp 9, and thank you both, Pat, Steven, and Psychodorp 9. Skull Brothers, you guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. I don't know what's worse to me anyway, this or Picard, that first season of Picard. I know you like Ramley Canuck. I know you like Picard.
I can answer that real quick.
I had hope. Maybe that's why. I don't know, because I had hope for Picard, and I'm going into this knowing that what I've seen before I don't like. I avoided watching this. I watched 4 episodes of the first season and I was done. And I told myself, I said, I'm not going to review season 3 without watching the previous 2 seasons. So I've got to watch it. And I'm
taking the liberty at this point to say hashtag blame Loki, because you caught me half asleep, not enough coffee, and you went, "Oh, if Rambling Canuck wants to come on next week," and I went, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it." And then I realized what the hell I just agreed to. So hashtag blame Loki.
Oh, shit.
So I'm gonna force you to watch Picard. You know that, right? So
Oh God!
Shit.
I think me and Loki are going to watch Picard no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And Pat Steven Seagal does bring up a good point. They went to the future to find the point of the series. Burnham was too good for the 22nd century. Burnham was too good for that. She was better than everyone. And guess what? They went to the future. They went, 1,000 years into the future? 800 years? And she's still better than everybody else because she is the Federation. From the point you see that gentleman on that station that's like 3rd generation, never had a commission, he's not commissioned. He can't hang up a fucking flag because he's not a commissioned officer.
That was stupid. So stupid.
So stupid.
It wasn't even a Starfleet flag. It was just a Federation flag. It's like saying I can't hang up a U.S. flag because I wasn't in the military.
Oh, that's bullshit. That's such bullshit.
Well, that's the thing. They have very hard time differentiating between Starfleet and the Federation. They don't know the difference.
There's a difference? I thought that was all the same.
Starfleet existed and we know this. I don't know why they don't know this. Starfleet existed before the Federation existed. Starfleet was almost like a military branch of Earth. Science, exploration, defense, military, and then the Federation was created with the Andorians and the Vulcans and the Tellarites. It's all you got to do is watch 3 episodes of Enterprise to know that, and they can't even be bothered to do.
That's a lot of episodes of Enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the last season of Enterprise. Hell, I'll go ahead.
I'm sorry. I liked all of Enterprise compared to what we got.
Oh yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
It instantly raised Enterprise.
And I'll freely admit it on here, as much as I slammed Lower Decks, I like the last 5 minutes of Lower Decks. The last 5 minutes of the last episode. I liked it. Not the entire series, but the last 5 minutes. Which is dumber, Batwoman or Discovery? I don't know.
I think that's a wash.
Yeah.
Never watched Batwoman, so.
Oh, it's bad, Bird.
I'm sure it is.
It's bad. There are
Don't do it.
bat axes, and bat butcher knives in the bat cave. Enough said right there. Bat axes and bat butcher knives and a crossbow in the bat cave. Why does Batman need kitchen knives in the bat cave?
Assume he needs to make a sandwich.
Not to mention, you know, the bat suit never looked better on anybody else except her.
Ooh,
Just
I did hear that part of the
What?
preview. It will be perfect when it fits a woman. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Chernoculus P. Skull Brother. Thank you so very much. I know I'm not running the videos, but we've got a full panel and less than an hour to finish this episode. I will throw something special out at the end for everybody. I don't get it. I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know why they're doing this. Of course, we've got, Giorgio solving all the problems, paying his foreplay, the paint by numbers engineering. Why do you need to step by step tell the chief engineer how to do his job?
Remove the only thing you can.
Yeah.
And replace it with the thing that looks exactly like it that you happen to bring along. Yeah. Good to know. I was afraid of what was going to happen.
I'm still curious how in the hell they're gonna make this make any damn sense, because in my mind, okay, so Discovery's gone 900 years in the future. So what you've got is a first-rate ship of the line, and calling it a first-rate ship of the line is giving it a lot of credit. Going up against an Iowa, because anything that they face now has better weapons than they do. I mean, you're putting a sailing ship against the Iowa.
But Discovery has a full complement of dilithium,
which in reality would be taken, harvested, and
dilithium
set to drift.
Also, it has the best crew in the Federation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd
it's
be
the
like
power of math. They have the power of math. You're forgetting the power of math.
That's like giving a steamship a nuclear reactor, better nuclear class submarine, and saying, well, the steamship's going to beat it because it's got a better nuclear reactor than a Los Angeles class nuclear submarine.
Oh yeah, 100%. Bloody hell! I just don't get it, because a garbage scow is going to have more freaking tactical weapons than the damn Discovery at this point.
Well, I'm sure they're still running around in what's his name ship, the one that had the big worm.
Booker
or
Book, whatever.
Book.
Booker.
He's going to have some problems with that. Five-time champion Booker T. But whatever.
Jeff Franklin, you have a good one, brother. Thank you so much for coming by.
Kapla, Jeff.
Indeed, kapla, brother.
Have a great day.
Have a great one, Jeff.
Take care.
Yeah, don't forget, they have friendship. Friendship and the power of Starfleet is going to overcome everything. They're going to do a Care Bear stare.
Yeah.
Care Bear stare.
Don't
Chili
forget,
Bear.
They like science.
Oh, yes, they do. They don't know a damn thing about it, but they like it.
Yeah.
Psychodorf, I didn't even think about macros. That is so true. I don't think they'd watch that. I don't think they'd ever watch that. Any old school anime is sexist, misogynistic, isphobe. But I completely agree with you. Yes, Macros did this and they did it better. And Andromeda, I really believe that's where they got this whole idea from. What's in the
oh yeah, absolutely.
What's in the Star Trek spectrum of possibilities? Oh, Andromeda.
Mm-hmm.
That was another
100%. Except
Gene.
Dylan Hunt did it better, and his ship was nicer. Just saying.
Yeah, and he had a lot
And
nicer
I'll go
looking.
with that AI over anything that they got in AI and freaking Discovery any day of the week.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
Jitsi Lemons. Tilly has rainbows coming out of her belly. I don't doubt it. That's beautiful, bird. The Care Bear stare.
And how long have they had Saru walking like he's from Camino?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? How long has he been walking like he's fresh out of Camino? Like,
My name is Lama Su.
yeah. Bloody hell.
Welcome, Kenobi. I don't know. I don't think I ever saw him walk like that.
Yeah, he's walking just like he's straight from Camino.
Oh, did that happen? Did I hear right that the janitor guy was named Gene?
Yeah, it's Gene Roddenberry. Yeah.
And the engineer woman said she'd already forgotten him. The one with the back problems?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Reno.
Yeah.
Jet with 2 T's.
Did they really do that?
Yeah.
They did.
Be careful, Bobcat. Bobcat? Oh, I'm on drugs.
We've got another. And thank you, Durkun, for the $5 super chat. Thank you. You guys help keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla.
Oh,
If she calls someone Great Bird of the Galaxy, I'm gonna shit a brick.
Ugh.
I
wouldn't put it past them.
Well, Gene Roddenberry Jr. is attached to the project. So they're going to try to eke that shit in here and there.
Yeah, but why
they're
did they do that?
They're doing it strictly. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just saying that calling the janitor that's all that is a slap in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. They did it strictly to humiliate or belittle him.
They wouldn't do that to anyone named DC. They wouldn't do that to anyone named Fontana. She was just as much a part of TOS as Gene Roddenberry was, and they would never do that to her. They would never, ever do that to her. They would
I don't
never
understand
show
it.
that level of disrespect to her.
I'm actually surprised that they did it as Gene and not James or Jim.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be next episode. Don't worry. They're getting
Wait for it.
It's on the list. It's on the list. You know, it's a long to-do list, you know.
Yeah, it'll be like, my name's not Gene, it's Jim.
Yeah.
They got to start checking it off one at a time.
Well, see, there was no scene where that character was going to get blown up or hit by an asteroid, so it couldn't be Jim. Yeah.
When I saw that shovel, it was so, I mean, they have electronic stuff to do everything else. And this guy is using a shovel like I used to use for my fireplace.
Yeah.
And I take the coals out. The coal, it was the same shovel.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. We got
all this stuff,
now.
holograms, everything, and he's using a freaking shovel.
Well, not only that, but here's my main issue with the whole ship thing is the communications are down, shields are down. They just crashed on the planet. The freaking doors still work.
Yep.
The med bay works. Everything works except for the inconvenient things that they need for plot don't work.
Well,
but everything else works.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
That's Kurtzman, though. That is Kurtzman. That shovel thing and all that shit. That is so Kurtzman. Hey,
that's totally
we'll say we spent, $2,000 on this antique shovel to do this scene. Really, I just went and spent $5 at Home Depot. Same with the tables, the lunch tables. They didn't even bother to repaint. They just ordered them off of Craigslist, and they're on the show. Where's the money? Really, you've got these outdoor picnic tables in Picard. You've got the fireplace shovels in STD. It makes no sense, but that's Kurtzman. None of this makes sense to me. How this show got a third season, I
Supposedly they got a fourth one.
Yeah,
I heard that rumor yesterday.
Filming starts on November 22nd, a month from today, I think.
Well, hey, these bastards got to retire at some point, so they got to pack the bank account as much as they can, you know? Bloody hell. Got a good thing going.
Yep, the warp nacelles were blinking.
Yep. I kept waiting for him to go out, but they never did.
I just wanted it, Discovery to come out of that thing and explode. Just blow the hell up.
Is Picard? You guys think Picard is going to be in this? He would still be if he is an android and if he survives.
Well, supposedly they gave his android body just the average lifespan of a human, so
yeah, so he wouldn't be around.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was one of those little.
He just got the android body, but no enhancements.
They could have typoed the age limit, though. It could have been, instead of 80 years or whatever, 120. They actually made it 120,000. And whoops, he's still alive. Yeah.
Or they find some way with some future iteration of a Soong that looks just like all the other Soongs to undo that and give them a longer lifespan. Who knows? They don't care. They don't even follow their own rules, much less anybody else's rules.
Rules are hard, okay?
So I'm gonna go around the panel here. We'll go from Sam, Bird, Rambling, and Dave Bob. Sam, what was your take on this? Final thoughts, and what would you give this episode?
Okay, this episode I give it. Although the one thing I did like about it, there was no Michael Burnham until the very end. So I was actually enjoying Saru being in command. And not having the entire plot just circle around her for once.
Till the very end.
Till the very end, of course. But otherwise, it was a pointless episode. Of course, the whole show was pointless, but that's my thoughts.
Bird?
As Discovery episodes go, I think this was far from the worst. But it's also a Discovery episode, so it's not particularly good. I actually figured this to be a 3 out of 10 for me on some type of consistent Star Trek Discovery scale. I think I know a lot of people didn't, but Jet Reno had a couple of jokes that landed for me. I was okay with them, not all of it, but a couple. I liked it not being about Michael Burnham until the end. And then not only is it about Michael Burnham, but the very fact is that the entire episode didn't have to happen. They could have just sat around, waiting on their hands or just playing tiddlywinks or whatever it is they do in the future and just wait. And Michael Burnham would have rescued them and nobody would have had to got hurt or killed. And none of it would have made a difference. She still would have came and pulled them out of the ice and everybody would have been fine. And next week, it looks like we get to Earth. So, yeah.
And see Tilly hugging a tree.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not that.
I am Groot.
Just for that. Rambling Canuck, sir.
Well, for me, the back pain woman, Jet Reno, has got to go. She's got to go out an airlock. She just annoys me. The part about the whole the ship crashes in like no problem. 12 hours, we've got this thing up and running. You know, like that's even something that would make Scotty blush. But it's just stupid. So for me, I mean, at the risk of having to go into negatives later, I'm putting it at a 2. This was just god freaking awful, and the dialogue sucked.
Yeah, it was. Did you say written by scholars?
Oh yeah, written by scholars, kindergarten level. Like bloody, even people are in kindergarten are probably going, I know my ABCs better than you. Like, what the hell? Hooked on Phonics worked for me? What the hell?
What was that line, George? You said using big words doesn't mean you're smart. It just means you have a thesaurus.
It was thesaurus, yeah.
Oh man.
Hooked on Phonics worked for me. Bloody hell.
Thesaurus. Big words. It just means you have a thesaurus. Okay, Giorgio. Dave Bob.
It was not very good. I thought that Saru through the whole thing, not only his gait, but he was almost like a white knight. I mean, written in a fairy tale. I mean, he's just so noble. It's just almost nauseating. I mean, I know he's Starfleet, but get real. And Giorgio, like you said, might weigh buck 5 at the most, comes in there and just absolutely wipes them out after being tortured with a phaser, with 3 or 4 shots. It's unrealistic and it's written very poorly, and I couldn't give it much more than a 2. It would be probably what I'd give it, and that's just because Michael Burnham wasn't in it.
Can I add one last thing there, Loki?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So somebody, because realistically, the only character that made this show halfway watchable was Saru. And somebody needs to pull that character aside and remind him that he's got to stop talking down to all these women, or that bugger's going to die before the end of this before the end of the season. I'm sorry, but if he keeps telling off these people, he's going to end up dead. I'm just saying.
So we have a 3 from Bird. You said 3, right, Bird? A 3.
Yeah, 3 from me.
Okay, a 2 from Canuck, a 2 from Dave Bob. I'm good. Out of a 10, I would give this a 2, a 2.5. I'll split the difference between the 3, the 2, and the 2. My problem with this whole episode, Starfleet officers do not act like this.
Mm-mm.
They don't act like this. They don't sit there and make other people do something that have just gone through a dangerous medical procedure. Starfleet officers work together. They do not sit and make fun of someone while they do a dangerous job. They do not act like Jet. They do not act like Tilly. They do not act like Michael Burnham ever. This is not how Starfleet officers act. This is not how Starship crews operate. This is not Star Trek. This is some other shit that if they would have renamed, maybe, and done something completely different, I don't think it would still be on the air, but at least it wouldn't be shitting on all over the things we know and the things we love. This has been my problem with Discovery since the beginning. This is why I stopped watching Discovery. A Starfleet officer does not mutiny to attack a Klingon ship first.
No.
That was my problem with the first episodes. Burnham has never acted like a Starfleet officer. The show is always focused all around her. And like Bird said, this got points from me because she wasn't in it. But then at the end, she comes in and saves the day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about her again. I saved you. Nothing what you did, getting your systems back online, getting the ship operational after a disastrous landing on a planet where, again, what Bird mentions, the Vengeance, Voyager landing in the ice and crash landing. Every time we have seen a ship land on a planet, besides when Voyager successfully had the landing struts down and made it, but when it landed on that ice planet without that, when it was an uncontrolled reentry, it was done. That ship was never taking off again. And that ship is what, 200 years younger or older than this Discovery, whatever it is. The way they're messing with time right now, I really couldn't tell you. But a much more advanced ship, and it was done when it crash landed on that planet. Why didn't you just use its phasers to melt the ice as it was landing and do a soft belly landing in the water? This is reaching. They wanted to find a way to, we're gonna find an out for ourselves that makes absolutely no sense, but it'll happen so quick people won't notice. They are treating the fans like we are all stupid. They're treating every single one of us like we're stupid and we don't know Star Trek, and that's because this is being done for a younger generation. Kurtzman can say that he loves the quote deep fans of Star Trek. He can say that all he wants to, but they don't care. This is for the 5-minute generation that's on their phones half the time while they've got the TV on.
Yeah, but Loki, he loves the deep fans, but the only problem is as far as deep it goes is he's never left the goddamn kiddie pool, so you don't know how deep is.
Yes, it's stunning and oh so brave. Oh so brave. So next week we will be back. I will be in flight. I will be on a plane next week, and there's actually absolutely no way that I can do this show on a plane. If I was just on the road, walkabout, I would find a way to do it on my phone, but I will actually be on a plane next Thursday, and there's no way that I can. There's no way that I can make it. So Purple Valkyrie and Samantha Joe are going to cover. I hope the panel will return for this. I will be back the week after that. Thank you so very much, everyone that has been here. We have got some great content creators here, folks. Samantha Joe and Purple Valkyrie do Rise and Shine with the Valkyries Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bird of Prey 5 is the most knowledgeable Star Trek expert I have ever met in my life, and I come from a family of Trekkers, and that's saying something.
I don't know about that, but thank you.
Well, that's the way it is, brother. You know your Trek, and you know your Trek better than anybody I know. That includes Doomcock, Anti-Trekker, anybody out there that is an expert. You are like 5th level Padawan master of fucking Star Trek, brother. Rambling Canuck, him and Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom have a great history show that is going out every week. It has been an absolute blast to get to contribute to the credits of that and do my old man Peter Whalen voice for that. He is kicking ass. They have great content. Check them out. And if you like their content, please like, share, and subscribe it. Dave Bob, my brother from another mother, has returned and has been with me on this. And thank you, Dave Bob. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
I don't know if I could make it through this shit without you guys and the funniness that entails talking about it afterwards. You guys are all great. Thank you, everyone in the chat and the panel today. And next week we will be back with this. I won't, but I will be back the week after that. So everyone take care. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Me and Adega will be back on 7 Kinds of Mischief tonight. And please do not forget to check out Bird of Prey, Samantha Joe, the Valkyries, Rambling Canuck, and of course, my brother Dave Bob will be here on Mornings of Mischief with me. And we are going to kill it tomorrow with some more Mandalorian. Mandalorian. Everyone take care and have a great one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Loki, and have a good day, guys.
You guys too, and kapla bird. Doctor and author, hunting outlaw. Guardian, sit room. Baby doll. Mexican Iron Man. Mark the infinitely tired. Speaker for the dead. The guardian of the void, Lady Mist. Mr. CCDV. Jedi Bill 797. Guardian Nina. Babin Erickson. The rooster in the hen house, Dave Bob. Crimson. NV Geek and Mrs. Geek. Sagador 9. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.
Stick around.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger.
Long live the fighters!
Spartans! What is your profession?
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.